Hi, welcome to the Wellness Corner. My name is Tiana with Voice for Equity, and I'm bringing you some yoga today. So we are going to get moving. If you have two blocks handy, you can use those. If you don't have blocks, that's okay too. Maybe you even use a water bottle. Sometimes it's nice to use something to be able to bring the earth a little closer to you. But you'll use what you have today. And let's go ahead and get started. So we'll find our way to a child's pose to begin. So let's come to all fours, your tabletop position. Bring your big toes to touch behind you and take your knees wide, about hip width distance. Press your seat back to your feet. Walk your arms forward and rest your forehead down to the mat. Sink your seat towards your feet. Your chest and belly will rest down between your legs. Extend your arms gently forward. No need to prop them up. You want to find some softness here in this shape. So resting your elbows and forearms down onto the mat. And just take a scan of your body. Notice any tightness or tension you might feel here in this shape to begin. And in those places where you are holding tension, you might imagine that tension looking like a ball of yarn or string all tied up, tangled up. And as you spend time here in this shape and throughout your practice, in your mind's eye, just imagine that yarn or string unraveling, just getting a little bit looser with each breath. And as you move today, your breath is your guide. Your breath is always a great indicator of what should happen next, whether that means you go a little bit further, a little bit deeper, or perhaps you back off and take a break. And lastly, here I invite you to set an intention for your practice. Call in whatever it is you could use more of in this space. Maybe you're calling in compassion for where you are on and off of the mat. Maybe you're calling in peace or patience, or to stay present. Whatever it is, allow that to become a part of your practice along with your breath. So with that, let's begin to integrate movement into your body. Slide your hands back as you shift your hips up, coming into a tabletop position. So bring your knees directly under your hips, about hip width distance apart, and your wrists and elbows are under your shoulders. Your fingers are spread nice and wide. On your inhale, soften your belly towards the earth. Your tailbone goes up as you lift your gaze. Exhale, round. Bring your chin in towards your chest and press up through the back of your heart space. Inhale as you look up, your belly softens. Exhale as you round, bring your chin in towards your chest. Let's take a few more. Inhale, look up. Exhale, round it out. One more, just like that, really over-exaggerating. Inhale, pull your heart space forward. Lift your gaze. Exhale, round. Press up through the back of your heart space, strong in your arms. Inhale back to a neutral position. Tuck your toes under, lift your knees, send your hips up and back to downward facing dog. So you can bend your knees back and forth, right and left a few times here. Shake your head, yes, no. And then settle in here to downward facing dog. So your feet are about hip width distance apart. Your heels press gently low. Perhaps you have a soft bend in your knees or even a big bend to take some of the tension from the back side of your body. Scoop your hips up high, press your chest towards your thighs, and your hands and arms are shoulder width distance apart. Your fingers are spread nice and wide. And again here, just notice how you feel in this shape. Notice any tightness or tension. As you inhale, float forward to a plank pose. This is your upper push-up position. So anytime we're here in plank, you'd like support, you can always place your knees down to the earth behind you. So in plank, your heels press gently back, your back of your knees and thighs press up towards the sky, hug your low belly in, and that space between your shoulder blades, press it up so you broaden through your upper back. Inhale here. As you exhale, bend your elbows lower to your belly, slow. Release the tops of your feet so your toes point towards the back of your mat. Take a peek at your fingertips. They're lined up just about with the tops of your shoulders. Press the tops of your feet into the mat. Draw your heart space forward. Lift your chest off of the mat. Draw your shoulders down your back. Cobra pose. Exhale to release. Slide your hands directly out to the outsides of your mat and pop up onto your fingertips. So you're just sliding them straight out from your shoulders. Press the tops of your feet into the mat. Inhale, draw your heart space forward. Lift your chest, so maybe coming up a little higher. Exhale to release. Slide your hands back under your shoulders, and we'll take Cobra one more time. Inhale, draw your heart space forward. Lift your chest, maybe come up a little bit higher. Engage your seat. Exhale, lower down. Tuck your toes under. Use your knees to press up to supported plank. And exhale, lift your hips, straighten your legs, downward facing dog. Inhale, come up high on your toes, gaze towards the top of your mat. Exhale, walk your feet forward to meet your hands, however many steps it takes. So here, if you have blocks, you can place them in front of your feet. You can also place your hands on your shins. Inhale to lengthen out, half lift. So I'm going to turn just so you can see that your spine here is long. Your tailbone extends back, the crown of your head reaches forward. So hands to blocks or hands to shins is also an option. Take another breath in and exhale, fold your body down. Take opposite elbows and sway here from side to side. So think ragdoll. Your knees can be soft. And just swaying from your waistband. Relax your head and neck. And inhale, rock back to center. Release your elbows. Keep your feet where they are, about hip width distance. You can measure by taking your two fists width and placing them in between the arches of your feet. And that'll give you an idea of hip width distance apart. Inhale, slowly roll all the way up. Slide your fingertips up the front of your legs. And as you come to stand, reach your arms up and overhead. Exhale, slide your right hand down your right leg. Your left arm reaches up and over. Inhale, up through center. Exhale, your left hand down. Your right arm reaches up and over. Inhale, up through center. Exhale, cactus your arms and lean back. Press your hips, your stomach, your thighs forward. Inhale, come to stand. Reach your arms up and overhead. Exhale, fold forward, dive down. Your arms can swan dive out to the sides. Inhale, lengthen, halfway lift. Slide your hands up your shins. And exhale, fold your body down. So if you're using blocks, place them on the lowest setting, just to the edges or to the edge of your mat. Place your right foot in between your block, so just to the right edge of your block. Slide your left leg back and bend into your front knee, placing your back knee down onto the earth and releasing your toes. Place your left hand onto your block if you're using it, otherwise it's to the mat. Open your right arm out to the sky, up to the sky. Draw your right hip gently back, left hip draws forward, and you press the earth away with your left hand and reach up through your right fingertips. Inhale to stretch up. Exhale, place your hand down. Tuck your toes on your back foot. Float your knee off of the mat. Step your back foot forward. Forward fold. Inhale, lengthen, halfway lift. Slide your hands up your shins. Exhale, fold your body down. So again, you'll plant your hands either to the blocks or to the earth. Keep your left foot forward. Slide your right leg to the back of the mat as you bend into your front knee. Place your back knee down to the earth. Release your toes. Your right hand presses into your block or the earth. Inhale, open your left arm out and up. Stack your shoulders. Draw your left hip point back. Reach up through your fingertips. Inhale to stretch up. Exhale to place your hand down. Tuck your toes on your back foot. Float your knee. Step your back foot forward. Forward fold. Inhale, lengthen, halfway lift. Slide your hands up your shins or you're using blocks. Exhale to fold your body down. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Lengthen up, get tall. Exhale, bring your hands together at your heart space. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, fold forward, dive down, long spine all the way down. Inhale, lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, fold your body down. And your hands to the mat or to your blocks. Slide your left leg to the back of your mat. Bend into your right knee. This time, keep your back knee lifted. And your right foot is towards the edge of your block, or at least a little bit to the right, so that your feet are about hip width distance apart. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. So you're on the ball of your back foot, a micro bend in your back knee. Tilt your pelvis forward. Lengthen out of the sides of your body. Inhale here. As you exhale, spin your back foot flat and your torso opens out to the side. Reaching forward through your right fingertips. Your shoulders stack over your hips. Inhale. Exhale, bring your right forearm down onto your thigh. Reach your left arm up to the sky. Press your forearm into your thigh to find some space between your ear and shoulder. Inhale, come back up through center. Slide your left hand down your back leg. Reach your right arm up and back. Hold the lunge in your front leg. Your back leg is strong and straight. Inhale. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down to the mat or your blocks on either side of your front foot. Spin onto the ball of your back foot. So you're back in that runner's lunge. Step your back foot forward, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, fold your body down. Keep your left foot forward, slide your right leg back. You're on the ball of your back foot, bend into your front knee so your knee is over your ankle. Again, your feet are about hip width distance apart. That'll help with stability. Inhale, reach your arms forward and up. Again, maybe the micro bend, the tilt of your pelvis. So you're really looking for this stretch on your upper right thigh here. Lengthen out of the sides of your body. Inhale to stretch up. Exhale, spin your back foot flat and we'll open up. So you have a front heel to back inner arch alignment about with your feet. Your shoulders stack over your hips. So notice if you're leaning forward or back. See if you can find that stacking of your shoulders over your hips. Lengthen through your arms. Inhale. Exhale your left forearm down to your thigh, your right arm straight up to the sky. So if it's okay with your neck, you'll gaze up towards your fingertips, otherwise straight out to the side or even down perhaps towards your left foot. Again, press out of your shoulder. On your inhale, come up through center, slide your back hand down your back leg, reaching up and back through your left fingertips. Take another inhale. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down to the mat, frame your front foot, turn onto the ball of your back foot. Step your back foot forward, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, fold your body down. Inhale, sweep your arms up, lengthen up, get tall. Exhale, bring your hands together at your heart. Relax your arm. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, fold forward, dive down, hinge. Inhale, lengthen, halfway lift, heart draws forward. Exhale, fold. Plant your palms. Your right foot stays forward. Slide your left leg back. Bring your left knee down to the earth. Release your toes. Bring your right arm on the inside of your right leg. So you're just going to walk your right foot out a few inches so that both of your arms, your chest or torso is on the inside of your right leg. Inhale to pull your heart space forward. Think of keeping length in your spine. And as you exhale, you could either stay where you are or perhaps you come down onto your forearms. Pull your heart space forward to keep the length. Your right knee hugs in towards the midline of your body initially, looking for the stretch on your outer right hip or right seat. If you're on your forearms, come back up onto your palms. Walk your right foot out a few inches to the right and turn your toes out. So they might even angle off of your mat. Your left hand and block, if you're using it, walk to the left a few inches. Take your right hand to gently press your right knee away from you. Roll to the outer edge of your right foot. Your hips, press them gently forward as you draw your right shoulder back. Let's come back to center. So hands down to the mat. Walk your right foot back into the midline so that your knee is over your ankle. Bring your right arm back on the outside. Step your left knee in about an inch. Come to stand on your back knee. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Inhale to lengthen up. Exhale, hinge forward. Hook your left elbow to the outside of your right thigh. Press your top palm into your bottom palm to draw your right shoulder back. So as you inhale, the crown of your head reaches forward. Exhale, twist a little deeper. Inhale, unwind. Place your hands down to the mat. Tuck your toes on your back foot. Lift your knee. So you're back in that runner's lunge. Step your back foot forward. Forward fold. Inhale, lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, fold your body down. Your left foot stays forward this time. Slide your right leg back. Bend into your front knee, so you're in that runner's lunge. Place your knee down to the earth. Release your toes. Bring your left hand on the inside, so you're going to walk your left foot out a few inches. So again, your torso and upper body is in on the inside of your left leg. You can stay here on your palms. Inhale, pull your heart space forward. Exhale to stay or come down onto your forearms. So what you did on the other side may or may not work on this side. This side may feel different. So find what feels good, just looking for a stretch here. And remember, you're hugging your left knee in towards the midline of your body. Breathing into those spaces that feel tight or where you're tensing. If you're on your forearms, come back up onto your palms. With your right hand, walk it out a few inches to the right and walk your left foot out. Turn your toes slightly out. Take your left hand, gently press your left knee away from you. Draw your left shoulder back into space. Press your hips gently forward. And slowly release. Hands back down onto the mat. Walk your left foot back in, so your left arm is on the outside. You're back in a runner's lunge. Tuck your toes on your back foot. Lift your knee. Step your back foot forward. Forward fold. Inhale, lengthen, halfway lift. Slide your hands up your shins. Exhale, fold your body down. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Lengthen up, get tall. Exhale, bring your hands together at your heart space. Relax your arms. Okay, shift your weight into your left leg, four corners press. Come onto your right toes and turn your right knee out to the side. Notice if your hips want to follow. See if you can keep your hips pointing directly forward while gently pressing or energetically pressing your right knee back. So you could stay here with your foot pressed to your ankle gently. You have a micro bend in your standing knee. Or you could bring your foot to your calf or your upper thigh. So just above or below your knee, so you're not pressing on your knee joint. Wherever your foot is, you're pressing your foot into your leg and your leg into your foot for counterbalance. Bring your hands together at your heart space. Really rooting down through the four corners of your foot. You could stay right here, or if you would like to express and open up, you might reach your arms up to the sky. Think of them as branches, rooting down and rising up. Bring your hands back together at your heart space if they're not already. Bring your right knee forward and exhale, step your right foot down. Relax your arms. Root down through the four corners of your right foot. Come onto your left toes and turn your knee out. Again, pay attention to where your hips are in space. You decide where you would like to place your foot. Find your balance, notice your breath, and bring your hands together at your heart space. Again, perhaps you open up and express. If you need a little more challenge here, you could close your eyes or lift your gaze and notice what happens to your breath when you feel a little challenge. Does it pick up? Does it speed up? Are you holding it? See if you can stay with that nice deep breath. Bring your hands back together at your heart space. Inhale, shift your left knee forward. Exhale, step it down. Relax your arms. Take a big step back with your right foot, and you're going to open up to the side. Your toes turn slightly in, your heels slightly out. Take your hands behind your back and interlace your fingers. Inhale to lift up through your heart space. Exhale, fold your body forward. Let the weight of your arms really carry you into the fold. And if this is too much on your shoulders, don't lift your hands as high off of your low back, or let it go completely and enjoy the stretch on the back of your legs. If this feels okay with your shoulders, perhaps you tighten your grip and take the space from in between your palms and let the weight of your arms really carry you deeper into the fold. So the crown of your head reaches towards the earth. You even shift your weight slightly forward into the tops of your feet. Take another breath in. Exhale, go a little deeper. And inhale to release your hands down to the mat under your shoulders. Pop up onto your fingertips and inhale. Find length in your spine. Exhale, fold your body down. Reach your arms out like airplane wings, and with a long spine, come all the way up to stand. Bring your hands together at your heart space. Pivot to the front of your mat and step forward. Relax your arms. Let's set your blocks up on the tallest setting in front of your feet, about a foot or so in front of your feet. Bring your hands together at your heart space. Root down through the four corners of your left foot and come up onto your right toes. Begin to hinge forward at your waist or at your hips and slide your right leg back until your toes start to float off of the mat. So if that feels really unstable, you could bring your hands to the mat and then start to slide your right leg back. So a couple of options and you get to decide what works best. So we're bringing the torso down towards parallel while floating your right leg up behind you. Notice your right hip wants to open up. See if you can draw your right hip, and I'm falling over. See if you can draw your right hip point down. Maybe your hands are at your heart space, or fly them out like airplane wings. So you float your right leg, your toes point down, the crown of your head reaches for the front of the room. So you're taking up space. Take another inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step your foot down to meet your left and bring your hands together at your heart space. Relax your arms. Shift your weight now into your right leg. Bring your hands again to your heart space. Start to hinge, sliding your left leg back. Again, the option to bring your hands to your blocks first. You decide. Notice your hip wants to open up here, so keep drawing it down. Float your left leg up and back. And your hands can be at your blocks. If your hands are on your blocks, can you use them to really press the earth away to create more space? Or again, maybe you fly them out. Take up space. Strong standing leg, long lifted leg. Take another breath, lengthen. Exhale to step it down. Bring your hands together, your heart space. Relax your arms. Just take notice, let that move through you. How does that feel? Maybe your heart rate picked up here. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, fold forward, dive down, hinge. Inhale, lengthen, halfway lift, hands to blocks or shins. Pull your heart space forward. Exhale, fold your body down. Let's take your blocks, if you're using them, just to the sides of your mat. Bend your knees. So your feet are again about hip width distance. Bend your knees, pop up onto your toes as you lift your heels off of the mat. So you're balancing here on your toes. A little bit of a toe stand. You can stay here with your hands to your blocks, or perhaps your fingertips are to the mat. If you would like a little more challenge, you could bring your hands to your heart. A little more challenge and heat in the shoulders, reach your arms to the sky. See if you can lift your feet an inch or so off of your feet as you energetically draw your heels or your ankles in towards each other and your knees in towards each other. Take another breath, lift a little higher, and exhale to release. Let's bring your hands down to the earth. So if you're using your blocks, you can just slide those out of the way. Let's come down onto our backs here. So scoot your seat towards the top of your mat. Take your hands behind your thighs and slowly roll, lifting your feet off of the mat. Hug your knees into your chest. Give them a nice squeeze here. Rock gently from side to side. I'm going to angle a little bit differently here so you can see me. And as you rock back to center, place your feet down onto the mat. Take your right ankle, place it just above your left knee. So you've made this like figure 4 shape with your legs. Lift your left foot off of the mat, bringing your knee in towards your chest. Take your right hand through this triangle you've created. Meet up with your left hand on your left shin or just below or behind your thigh. Flex your feet. You're energetically pressing your right knee away from you. And gently release. So release your hand bind, place your left foot down, and place your right foot down. Lift your left foot and place your ankle above your right knee. Draw your right knee in towards your body. Take your left hand through your triangle, meet up with your right hand. Flex your feet. Energetically press your left knee away. And slowly release. Place your right foot down and your left foot follows. With your feet about hip width distance apart and your heels in close to your seat, perhaps when you draw your arms down the sides of your body, you can even feel your heels with your fingertips. So a couple of options. You can take a supported bridge. So if you have a block, you lift your hips and slide your block under your low back, under your sacrum, so that space between the meaty part of your seat and your low back. See if you can find a place where it's comfortable. If you're not using a block today, now to lift your hips off of the mat and walk your shoulder blades in towards each other. You could interlace your fingers here and press your hands and arms into the mat. Track your knees directly forward over your toes. Engage your seat. Press your heart and sternum up towards your chin and find room to breathe here. So it is an active pose. Take another inhale, lift a little higher. And exhale, slowly lower your hips down. Hug your knees back into your chest. Give them a squeeze. With your arms extended out like airplane wings, let your knees gently fall to the left. Anchor your knees down with your left hand. Gaze out past your right fingertips. Come up through center so your arms are back out like airplane wings. Exhale, let your knees fall to the right. Anchor your knees down with your right hand. Gaze to the left. Relax your shoulders. So your knees are stacked here. You're taking a gentle twist. Come back up through center. Hug both knees into your chest. Give them a squeeze. And exhale, extend your legs long down the mat. We'll find our way into our final shape. So as you extend your legs long down the mat, let your feet fall open. Draw your arms down the sides of your body so your palms flip open. Relax your shoulders. Take a slight tilt of your chin towards your chest so the back of your neck is long. Relax your jaw, release your tongue from the roof of your mouth. Soften the space between your eyes. Relax your forehead. And for the next few minutes, find stillness. Stillness in your body. Stillness in your mind. So as thoughts come, allow them to come and then let them go, trying not to hold on to them or attach to anything here. Shavasana. If you have time to stay here for a few more minutes or as long as you like. Otherwise, just bring some awareness back, some movement into your body, wiggling your fingers and toes. Rock your head gently from side to side, circle your ankles and wrists. And bend your knees, roll over onto your side, whichever side is most comfortable. Cradle your head into your and with your eyes closed or perhaps a soft gaze, use the strength of your arms to press up to a comfortable seat. I thank you so very much for allowing me to share my practice with you. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Always my wish, may you, may we, may all living beings be happy, healthy, and free. Till next time, be well.